And blammo, there we are.
And we're back.
Sububio. We are back.
Hey,
Yeah, that
everybody.
was from that old
Hey,
commercial.
everybody.
Old
Hey,
commercial.
everybody.
Trying to trying to get myself situated also. Navigate to the correct
Yeah,
spots. My computer acting
yeah,
silly.
yeah. You know how we do it.
Facts. So what's been up with you, cuzzo?
We adapt. Man, I'm glad them swimming lessons came into came into play. The floods up here and all of that. Um, just working. Kids getting ready to go back to school, husband about to leave. You know,
Dang.
so I'm in my fields right now.
It's about when does he leave again?
Next month he
Man, that's
leaving.
gonna come so fast. That's gonna
Yeah,
come so fast. So be ready.
I know. I'm like, I'm in my fields. So,
Yeah.
hey, Biba,
Hey, Sheba.
how was the alumni game?
The alumnus.
Yeah, the alumni had their little annual football game today. So,
My Facebook froze up. Is yours still going?
yep, it sure is.
All right. I guess it's just me.
Your internet hates you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what like the fight is with my internet out here.
Yeah,
We
me
be
either,
going through it.
cousin. Me either. I don't
Straight
know
fucking
either.
through it.
Oh, nope, can't put it there. That'll cover my camera.
So tell us about this party you at.
Okay, so a couple of my coworkers decided to throw a rainbow party. Um,
What is a rainbow party?
so everybody picks a color and they bring like snacks and goodies in that color. Of course, my color is red because somebody else
Okay.
picked purple. So you wear that color, you bring snacks in like a little basket that of that color, and just you sit around talk. There's gonna be games later. We're still waiting on two other people to show up, and I'm like, hey, I gotta go. I told y'all I'm gonna be out for about an hour. So
So is it a co-ed party or is it like
no,
a
it's all
girl?
girls. It's called my friend calls it Fuck It Up Fridays, and it's once a
Oh,
month.
okay. Okay.
And so we all get together, we drink, talk crap, and yeah. So that's pretty much that. So at this party, we got, these little things. I don't know what this was for yet. But then we had to come up with stripper names. And I'm like,
Oh.
I don't know. So yeah. So I'm Stacks.
All
So
right.
yeah. That's gonna be a game later too. So
Okay.
but I'm like, I gotta go home. I gotta be home like at midnight. So I'm like, we gotta get this thing started. But like I said, we're still waiting on two other people. So
Oh. What time does it usually start?
we started at 7.
Oh, so y'all been going hard in the paint for a little bit.
No, not really, because everybody
No?
had to get here. We got off work at 5. Everybody had to get their stuff together, whatnot. So
That don't make sense to me. If you
yeah,
know you're going somewhere, you get the stuff ready in the morning. You get off work, hit the showers, hop out the shower,
yeah,
get the stuff on, and you dip set.
yeah.
Manny, I'm a guess that's you. Um,
I'm like, who
that's
is
a Facebook
Facebook
user.
user?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Manny.
Okay.
I see it on my. It's on my. I'm looking over here on my Facebook. Hi, Manny. What's up?
What's going on, bruh?
Why is he
Manny,
blocked?
Manny and I will be going to an open mic night tonight.
Oh, that's
Uh,
cool.
yeah, after we get finished with this, I'm gonna head over to his spot and we're gonna shoot out there just to check it out, check out the scene, check out the scene. So I'm pretty excited about that.
That's
Pretty,
what's up.
yeah. I'm tired of working. Today couldn't come fast.
Yeah, I was waiting on work to end today too. So
I have
I
had.
love tacos. Tacos is like
I'm
one of
not,
my favorite things in the whole wide world.
not the biggest fan of tacos.
What? Who don't
You
like
you
tacos?
I'll
How
make them, but you
un-American of you.
yeah, you'll rarely ever see me actually eat tacos. Now,
I love tacos.
soup, I'll eat soup, but not a big fan of tacos. I
Is soup and tacos even in the same realm? Like,
yeah.
I don't think that's how
So
they'll work, cousin.
I
Hey,
well
so
like soap, I like carne de res. It's a beef soup, and it's absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love it. But tacos is just like they get too messy, like Dirt was saying about burgers not too long ago. So
burgers and tacos are like two of my favorite things in the whole wide world. So,
I'm okay with burgers. I'm okay with burgers. It's just the tacos don't hold together all the time. So I'm
is it taco soup we're talking about here? What do you
no
mean?
no 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 like just a regular taco. I'll eat them like El Pastor or even just carne. But I'm just yeah in and out. I'm eh, in and out is alright.
Baby goat tacos.
I'll try it. I'll
I'm
I'll
not
I'll,
eating no baby goat.
I'll smash a baby goat and the rest of the whole damn family. I would
I
I'll
love
put a
shrimp tacos.
I'll put a baby goat on the grill.
I
The
got
whole
stuff
baby
stuck in
goat.
my braces.
Yeah, so tell us about the braces. That's what's new.
Yeah. I So yeah, Berea is goat. Berea is not goat.
Today, hello, you got educated. You must have been eating it. You didn't
Berea
had
is
it.
not goat.
You didn't had it. So you do eat baby goat.
No,
You didn't
Berea
did it.
is
You didn't.
not
You
goat.
done already done it. You've already done
No,
it.
no, 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 no. Berea is not goat.
What is it then?
It's not. It can't be goat
Why not? Is it
because
chicken?
it can't be.
Is it chicken?
It has to be like some type of beef.
No, I don't know. It's sheep.
What? No.
Yeah, you've been on it. You've been on it,
No,
huh?
no, 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 no.
Oh, it's now
I
cow.
believe I had beef. It was beef.
Hmm.
It was definitely beef. It was definitely
No,
beef.
you've been
So
had one.
no, but yeah. Last Tuesday I went. Yeah, I'm mobile. I'm at a party and I had to step out for a minute to hang out with you guys because y- y'all complete me.
It's
So
the bloodline.
um, last Tuesday I went to the orthodontist and got braces. So hey, Twan, and so yes, your girl is brace
Going on,
face
Twan. It don't look
for the
bad.
next 18 months. So the
Is that how
first week
long?
was yeah, the first week was horrible. I'm good now though, but first week it was bad. You heard how I sounded Wednesday when we talked.
You didn't sound too funny to me. I mean,
Yeah,
if
I
you
couldn't
don't remember,
say.
I had to kind of lean in. I was like, Wanda, you got braces?
Yeah, I had to me and F words, like words that begin with the letter F are not friends right now. Things of that nature. But
Oh, for real?
yeah, I can't say F words because it cuts up my lip.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay.
So until I get that together, I have refrained from F words.
All right. So just to hit you up on that, we haven't pushed it out just yet, but I got you. I want to find a dedicated, reliable vendor. Um, right now out here in California, it's it's pretty expensive. So we're gonna look in St. Louis also, especially since you in Chicago, and see what the prices look like and what everything hitting on, and we're gonna push it out. But yeah, hey, it looked good. Everything looked good with the gear, and we're gonna push forward. But we got a couple other things that we're gonna talk about getting pushed out. I'm researching some other products to push out a little faster and make sure we can uh get everybody what they want, like cups, wristbands, of course, hoodies, t-shirts, hats, um, all the merch. We gonna get it. We gonna get it, and the logo looks
Yep.
great on it. I just did a proof of principle just to check it out. Manny saw it in real life today. It looked dope. It looks dope. So yeah, we gonna push it out. But give us some time. Give us some time, Zoe. Give us some time. We
Yes.
gonna get there. We still trying to figure everything out. So we still new to this thing somewhat, and in other facets, we are novice in every shape of the word. So no worries, no worries. You put it out on IG. Not everybody's seen it yet, so we didn't get beat up too bad just yet. Um, but yeah, we got it coming. We got it coming, and it's gonna be spectacular. I'm excited about it.
Yeah,
Um,
it's gonna be good.
yeah, right on, Manny. We appreciate that.
It's
it's
gonna be
gonna be
good.
fire. I'm gonna be promoting it tonight when we head up to open mic night. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna be rocking
Yep.
it. So I'm
Hey,
gonna get
y'all start hitting up that cash out. We can get it out quicker.
facts,
Just saying.
facts.
Just saying. Hit that cash out.
Yes, and let the saints say, "Amen."
Amen. So, all right, let's keep the party going. We about
Yeah,
11
let's
minutes
push.
in.
Let's push. Hopefully, Dirt will be able to hop in with us a little later on. He had to go take care of some business
Yep.
earlier. So blessings to him. And again, hopefully he can hop on. So, first thing we're gonna talk about, we're gonna hop into is the weather. Because like St. Louis, what are y'all doing?
Is
How
not what
is
are we
this?
doing? It's definitely is that I promise you, it's nothing that we're doing on our end.
Like
I
this
tell
is
you that. Hey
it's ridiculous.
Mario. Yeah. It's not a good look here in the Lou. It's been raining. Well, that day that everything flooded, it rained for 12 consecutive hours.
Wow. Hey
Um
Maya. Mm,
uh so it rained for like 12 consecutive hours. Everything flooded. Most of the damage I do believe was like out in North County, U City areas, um, West Side, North City. Now literally, okay. Speaking of the heat wave, before then we had went 60 plus days without rain, so we were technically in a drought,
okay.
and so um, a lot of people have definitely lost everything, and it's a sad look. I do believe we're in a state of emergency here
Oh wow.
because people lost, when I say everything, they lost everything, and I St. Louis is definitely being Katrina.
And here we go. Before we go down that rabbit hole, because I don't disagree with you. Um, so like Manny was saying, out here in Cali, we've been triple digits
Mm-hmm.
all week. And I'm not talking about like 101, 102. I mean like 108, 106, 107.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Las Vegas, uh, to yesterday or today, I can't remember when it was, but I had one of my battle buddies. He sent me a picture of the storms that were happening in Vegas, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember the exact amount of water that I read in an article that Vegas has left, clean water, but they're running out of clean water, potable water for.
Mm.
Unfortunately, he flew out today, and then we moved back to St. Louis where there's torrential rains,
Yeah.
and Wanda said they
We're
might be
being
getting
Katrina.
Katrina, right? And I don't I don't disagree with that because of the way that gentrification has been going in St. Louis over the last few years.
Oh
So
no.
what happened?
Okay. And I was reading Zoe's comment. See that there's no water in Mexico. I'm like, that's not
Oh
good.
wow, I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
look into that.
So so it seemed like it flooded in the predominantly black areas here. And so I live in South City, so I didn't have any flooding in my area. My basement was wet. My roof leak is leaking, but we're definitely gonna have to get, stuff repaired because rain and you know it and you know it. But like out in North County, the U City areas, like west side, north side was all flooded. Everything was flooded.
Yeah. So I saw a TikTok where there was a guy standing on his balcony
Mhm.
and he was panning across his street, and
Mhm.
the water was standing above SUVs, standing above SUVs. And I'm trying to figure out, because St. Louis is built for storms.
Mhm.
The engineering, the lay of the land is made for drainage. So I don't understand how it's flooded just that bad.
And it
Is
was
the
quick. It happened quick. It happened
Yeah,
really quick. And
yeah,
evidently there's levees in Illinois that broke and they were flooding also. So,
yeah, and that yeah. There's wait, you said levees broke?
mhm,
Get out of here! I didn't see that part.
in Illinois, yeah.
Wow, man, that's pretty substantial. That's pretty substantial. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, Lake Mead is going through a severe drought. There's another major lake that's going through a severe drought. I don't even like the color purple, but hey, maybe God is trying to tell somebody something. But it's ridiculous, and I wanted to start looking at the weather patterns for the next upcoming months, because usually when we have a heat wave out here, it
Mhm.
pushes east and it'll go through it'll go through Missouri, like the western edge of Missouri, and sometime it'll come through St. Louis before it starts heading north. So if
Mhm.
y'all out in Missouri start getting the heat that we just had with the storms, with that storm front that's still in there, it's going to be another tornado season.
Yeah. So,
I hope y'all getting y'all insurance taken care of. I hope people had
definitely I was on the
flood
phone.
insurance.
Hubs
Um,
was on the phone with the adjuster today. So,
oh, for
everything
real?
we're trying to, yeah. So, yeah. But it's a bad
That's
look. So keep St. Louis in your prayers. Keep the families who've lost everything. If y'all can donate to shelters, things of that nature. So
yeah, yeah, because that is
it's
tough.
bad. It was bad.
Hey, before we push too much further, I almost forgot. We got birthday shout outs we got to get through. Almost
Oh
forgot.
yeah,
Yeah, we got Travis,
yeah,
Shania, Uncle Elwood,
yep.
Gabby,
Uh-huh.
uh, and of course,
Tamara.
yeah, yeah. And today is Sydney's birthday, Sydney Wilson. So happy birthday, Sid.
Happy birthday, everybody.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Happy
Almost,
birthday.
I didn't want to pass that up. Didn't want to
All
pass that
right.
up.
Well, happy
All right,
birthday, everybody.
happy birthday. Speaking of birthdays and tomfoolery, child number 8. Nick Cannon is welcoming child number 8. And I feel a few ways about this.
How do you feel?
Where do I begin?
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. So, like I said before, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and we know that fortunately Nick Cannon he's in a position to take care financially of all of his children. And we talked about this when he was on number 7, right? So financially, he got it. He can take care of all of his children.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but what and it's made my biggest thing, and this is from a man who has 4 kids, uh, is the time that you're able to be present with those children.
Yep.
That's what actually matters. I don't, Martell. This I got to go back and look at that. I'm not sure. I'm not
I do
sure, but
believe they are the one that passed. I think they are either expecting a baby or they are trying to have another baby from what I've read through other things, but I'm not sure.
and you just touched on another point because he's expecting, I think, 3 more children this year.
Hmm.
Like,
So what is
why?
that?
Why?
That-
What is the underlying? What's? And I'd like to ask him face to face, like, brother, what is your point? What
I do
is?
believe because he feels like he's on short borrowed time because of his health issues that he's trying to leave a legacy. I think that's part of it. Or I mean, he just likes sex, and the product of sex is babies if it's not done responsibly.
I mean, it's vasectomies are a thing because it's pretty
Maybe
safe.
he has religious beliefs where he can't get a vasectomy.
It's possible, but at least get your pickup game a little bit faster. Like, do some push-ups or something. You got to get up off of it after a while because
I mean, you know,
sleeping in it at this point, it's not a good look.
and again, maybe he don't. Maybe we don't. I mean, in the biblical sense, he don't want to waste his seed.
Oh, that's hard for me. I'm passing judgment when I say this, but I'm sure he's wasted his seed plenty other times. I'm passing
I
judgment, and I
don't
could
know,
be wrong.
but this man has a gaggle of kids, and I mean, it is what it is at this point. He's fine, I guess, financially there, but I don't understand how, as a woman, you can birth his child knowing that he's never going to give you like it's y'all not even in a relationship. I would say, other than co-parenting, because how can he be there for you romantically or any other way with all these other women? That's a lot of women.
It's a ton, and so that's a good question. I mean, I don't see. I We don't hear about any beef with him.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know how Mariah feels about it.
Well, he said in an interview recently that he's still madly in love with Mariah, and if they could work it out, he would definitely go back to her.
She.
Now, do she want the responsibility of 1,000,000,006 kids? Probably not. But
That's
yeah,
that's a hell of a statement to make, and
I mean, he
I'm
said it.
yeah. I mean, that's a bold move, Cotton, and I'm sure he means it. But you know, the conversation would be rough and tough to have,
Hmm.
uh, especially at this point with all the other children that he has, and like I'm sure if it was I would like to think it was just a couple few more, that's doable. But
Hmm.
we talking we got 8 just on one side. One person got
Yeah, he's
8,
almost at a dozen children. Almost.
11 by the end of the year.
He's almost at a dozen. So me personally, I wouldn't want that want that issue. Um, like how many like that's a lot of birthdays you gotta pay for.
And like again, the kids grow up. Kids have
Yeah.
sporting events.
And I do
Kids have
believe that
graduation.
all the kids are in each other's lives, and I do believe that he has them all around each other
Well, that's
at
dope.
whatever time. So that's great, and they know who their siblings are. But at the same time, that's just a lot. It's a lot. It's a
Yeah.
lot.
And again, birthdays, graduations, uh,
No, I don't believe
sporting
that.
events.
I don't even think love is in the equation.
Yeah, I don't think love is a thing for the women. I think he's picking a specific type of woman, and maybe he's having a conversation of like, look, this is the deal. I want to get you pregnant, and you don't have to worry about any financial problems with the child. I'll take care of the kid financially. They got to live with you. Sometimes me, because I still got to be out. I got to make this money. I got to make sure I can continue to pay for them. So again, track
Mm-hmm.
and field events, basketball events, hell, ping pong, tennis, spelling bees, kindergarten graduation, junior high, high school, college. That's just a lot
It
for
is a
one
lot. It's a
person
lot.
to try and
It's a
be
lot.
at. And it takes it raising kids takes a lot of time for each individual child and everything that you got to pour into them and the time that you have to like it can become maddening at times
Mm-hmm.
because you're trying to help guide this person throughout life.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I got four, and it can become overwhelming at times, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So sometimes we just
Because
got to
they're
go
all into
outside.
different things. They're all different ages. They're all doing something different, and you're not going to be able to do what everybody wants to do at one time because everybody's different.
Different directions at every turn. So I I'm not going to say that he's not there for the kids. That's not what I'm saying. I'm simply looking like leaning forward and thinking about the future. How is it possible that for him to split himself up into and hopefully he can figure it out, because it's not just on the mother to be present.
Yeah, it's not. And like, how does he show up to all the basketball games? And like, what if two or three of the kids have basketball games on the same day? How do you make it to all those events?
Right.
Or if they have um like recitals or cheer competitions or anything, how do you make it to all of those things with all those children?
Yeah. Hell, even just going to
And for them not to feel some type of way if you don't show up when you showed up for the other one, you know?
mm, that part.
So I mean,
That part. So it's eight. One, two, three, four, five. That's a whole hand. Whole hand. Six, seven, and I got two more places left. Eight. That's eight people that he is partially responsible for guiding through life,
mm-hmm,
dividing up his time properly, and
mm-hmm,
ensuring that he's doing right by those children.
yeah,
It's always a good idea at the time, but I think that it's become irresponsible of him at this point.
it's quite irresponsible, but you know, but is it though? Because he can take care of them.
No, but he can't. I mean, it is. It's very irresponsible. Again, financial responsibility and your presence are two completely different things.
This is true. This is true.
So it's I hope he can figure out a way to properly divide his time that's going to be needed for his children because it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a
Mm-hmm.
lot. It's just whew, I'm sweating for the man.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sweating.
bad. It's
So
bad.
good luck, Nick. You might want to, yeah, take a break, and after this year, put a cap on it for a hot second.
I mean, he was trying to practice abstinence for a while, but I think that
Yeah, what
lasted
the
like
hell happened with that?
we see what happened with that.
Jeez.
So yeah, but I guess I mean, Godspeed.
God damn
Oh,
it,
I
Nick.
think the other two ladies just showed up.
Oh, oh, yeah. So, are you talking about the miscarriage, Sheba?
No, the baby was born, and then he passed away a few months later.
Yes, that's right. I kind of breezed through that part, and I hope
Yeah,
that didn't trigger something in him to think, well, I gotta have more to replace that child.
I mean, there will never be able to replace a child. Like that's
No,
crazy. They even think that. So
man, come on, Nick. 6 months
but
of age. I looked that
yeah,
up.
I do
Uh,
believe
uh,
that's it.
yeah, he got bored with abstinence. He wasn't. He wasn't about that life.
Yeah.
He wasn't about it
All
at
right.
all.
Well, whatever. Godspeed.
So yeah, let's push forward to
Oh my
what is up?
god.
What's happening? It's not showing
Oh.
up. There it is. Okay.
Oh my
This
god.
young lady right here. And this is going to require a little bit of explaining. And then we'll get into how that leads to this young man right here. And while the title of this segment is Stalker Ish, maybe,
Maybe. Maybe.
maybe.
Maybe.
so
Oh man.
so I'll put a picture back up. 4 days ago, 4 to 5 days ago, roughly, this young lady, Portia, I don't know how to pronounce her last name correctly, so I'm gonna do my best. Hopefully, I don't chop it up too bad. Odufua.
Mm-hmm.
So she, in Dallas, she's accused of shooting up Dallas Love Field Airport, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, her backstory, unfortunately, is she's got a history of
Mental health.
mental illness, and it got to the point to where a judge wouldn't prosecute her based on those lines, essentially saying that she's not capable of standing trial. She needs to
Mm-hmm.
be have a psychological evaluation. But the judge continued to say that she was not a harm or a threat to the public. So he pushes her back out. She goes to do her psych eval or whatever the case may be. A year or two later, she shoots up an airport. Fortunately, there's nobody hit, nobody hurt. Um, and she gets shot by the cops. Well, while talking to the cops, she lets the cops know that she was God's prophet, one, and two, that she was married to, again, this poor fella, Breezy Chris Brown. Now, Chris Brown he's got a lengthy history of stalkers, right? I think 2016, 2017, he had a woman that just kept showing up at his front gate at his home. Um, the police ended up intervening on that. And then 2018, I believe, there was a dude that kept showing up at his house. Oh, yeah. He didn't had it all. He didn't had it all. Like
Oh my god.
Breezy got the true thoroughbred, like no left right parameter stalkers. He got the real stalkers, which leads us to being stalker ish.
Ish.
Maybe. Maybe.
So,
So what's your take, Juan?
um, I like Chris Brown music, and I think he's think he's pretty cool guy. I would like for the most part, I really do. It's kind of warm in here. Cause I turned my air off. I left my window down for a little bit. I like his music. His dance moves are great, but now they looking for me. I told them I'd be out here for a minute. Um, yeah, no, I don't know. I really don't know.
What is it? What is it about Chris Brown that's getting him the stalkers?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
I mean, he was telling folks that he could give them what they need.
Maybe it was the Take You Down video. That was a pretty good video.
Ah,
Maybe it was that. Maybe that got the people,
they
ready
just
ready
want
to risk it all. I should say
to.
they're
Hey,
gonna risk
they
it
just
all.
trying to. They just trying to take him on his word at this point.
I do believe that's what's going on. So,
Wow. So we said that we'd do this segment and we let people tell their stories and we might share a little something. Have you been stalked or have you been the stalker? Or
all right.
let's get a
Have
little honest about
and
it.
what brought you to that point where you felt like you needed to stalk an individual? Like, I need to know. Like,
That's a
what is
damn
it
good
about a
question.
person? Like, what is it about somebody to be like, oh, I need to know where they at all times? Now,
Mm.
well, let me put this out there. If I would probably stalk my husband if I had to. I
Oh,
would. Like,
okay.
I would. I'd be like, where you going? Where? And I'd be like, where you going? Where we going? Like, if he
Oh,
pulled what we talked about a couple episodes ago, when old girl didn't answer her phone for a couple days and just up and missed,
yo, that's different.
I would definitely stalk under those situations.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, I don't think I'd stalk. I'd just change the locks.
I will probably be like, no, I gotta find out where you at. I need to know where you at because we finna be there together.
So, have you been stalked?
Yep,
Oh,
yep,
okay.
yep. I was, and the crazy thing is, he broke up with me, but he was stalking me. So I'm like, what's this about?
What part of the game is that? That's weird.
I guess because I was just like, I bet,
It's gonna be what it's gonna be. So he's how
yeah,
long?
and he like, that's all you got to say. And then for a few weeks, I was seeing a car parked down the street, and it was notes left on my car at work, and it was weird. It was very weird, and I was like, yeah, no, fam.
Wow. Well, and how long you say? How long you say he stalked you?
It was a few weeks. It was a couple
A
weeks.
few weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we ran across this story from you once before. Um,
It was
okay,
weird. It was weird. It was very weird.
okay,
But he
that's
broke up. I mean, like he broke up with me. But
wow.
once you get that Calvin in your system, though. No, I'm joking.
Hey, so I've I've been kind of both. Had a
So you've
situation.
been the stalker and the stalky.
Wouldn't so much say I was a stalker. I was kind of led on and lied to, and it made me look hella weird because I was somewhere waiting, but I hadn't gotten a response back. Let me back up some because it sounds like I'm dodging some shit. Okay, so was in a relationship, somewhat I don't even want to say it was turbulent. But it was going getting it was dwindling out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was last ditch efforts to try and figure out what was going to happen if anything was going to come out of anything, or if we hey Key, or if we we're just gonna let it ride. So we were we were conversing, and it was relayed. The message was, well, you seem upset, but you stayed away. If you want to come over, why don't you come over?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, okay. Now I didn't say when I was coming over. Uh I didn't say which day, but I hopped in my vehicle and I rode over. And
Okay.
I sent a message like, okay. And I didn't get a response. So I hung out for hour and a half, 2 hours.
What made you hang out for that long? I'm like, come on now. That's a long time.
And I was just sitting there like, okay, so I'm here and it's dead, it's radio silence. I ain't getting nothing from nobody. And what in the world? So after a while, I was about to, I hopped out, walked to a door and was about to knock, decided not to, stood there for a few minutes, wondering, trying to figure out whether or not I was going to knock on the door, and decided not to, and hopped back in my truck and sent a text and was like, I'm going home.
Oh
Went
my
home.
God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And she's probably on the phone with her homegirls like, this fool is sitting outside my house.
Right. Right. So so I
I'm
guess
telling
inadvertently
you,
by
women are
accident.
weird. We are so weird. We are weird. I give it to y'all, men. We are some weird individuals at times.
I'm trying to figure y'all out. I
We're weird. You can't. Don't even try anymore. Just go with the flow. We're
yeah.
weird. We're weird.
And so it was, and I think I told this story once before, but it was another situation where
I
uh
think I know what this story.
yeah, where same individual was sending me messages like, what are you doing? Why aren't you responding? Uh, do I need to come over there? Are you okay? Responded, I'm fine, just busy, let it be. So I'm hanging out with my dad, getting ready to go do. I can't even remember what we were about to go do. And text messages stop, and I just hear at the door. My dad was like, "Hey man, somebody's knocking," and I was like, "All right." So I got to open the door, and I'm a pretty big guy. I can fill up a threshold to the door. So it was her, and I was like, "What are you doing here?" Well, I just wanted to see what you were doing. You stopped responding to me, but she had a sister with her. So
Oh, so they was about to cause some damage.
hey,
They was about to wreck some stuff. When you was in there doing something, you ain't had no business. They was about to wreck some stuff. Oh,
hey,
girl was
so
about to meet her maker.
right. So I stood in the doorway and I'm talking to her, and I looked over, so I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" And she was like, "Hey, hi, James." And she was like, "Why you ain't letting us come in?" And I was like, "Well, we were about to leave. I told you I was busy."
Mm-hmm.
And the conversation and the attitude immediately changed. And yeah, Key, yeah, I got shoved out of the doorway. I got shoved out of my doorway, and they ran up in my place.
What? Oh my God! Ain't no way. They
Yes.
they moved you out of the way.
Moved me out of the way, ran up in my place, saw my dad, and was like, "Oh, hi, Mr. Glass."
Mm,
And
mm,
my dad,
mm.
my dad spoke back, and she was like, "Well, give me a call. Give me a call later." It's like,
I hope you did not call that
okay.
idiot back.
And she left, and my dad was like, uh, yeah, unfortunately I did.
Oh my God!
Unfortunately I did.
Oh my God!
It was, hey, I was
Oh my
I was
God!
young, trying to figure things out. But my dad was like, "What was that, man?" So like,
Oh, ooh,
I don't know. I don't know.
my little janky setup. Okay.
So
Oh my God!
yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. But I did have another couple of situations where and it was with the same person, but
Oh my God! Okay, so she's
well,
better than
it
her.
wasn't with this. It wasn't with this specific young lady. It was with a different person that did a series of things. So I don't know if my internet dropped or if y'all can hear me. Tap one of you. Okay, I'm back.
You're back.
All right. So it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same girl. It was somebody different. But that somebody
Mm-hmm.
different, there was a series of oddities that just continued to happen until I was like, "Hey, are you like? Is this coincidence or what is going on here? Like,
She
what's
had a low jack on your car.
well?" And it ended up to where the person like showed up at my mama house. Yeah, and I was like, "What are you doing here?" "Oh, I was just thinking that maybe we could talk." I was like, "We ain't got nothing to talk about. We've never done anything. I don't have this. What are you doing? Why are you? What do you need? What do you need?" "Oh, I
She
just
needs
wanted."
you.
Right. "I just wanted to see if we can hang out." No, I don't think that's a good idea. I
Mm-mm.
don't think that's a good idea. Popped up at
No.
Melanphy when I was playing ball.
I know who you talking about. God dang it. Yeah. You dodged the freaking bullet, buddy.
You're right. You've been kind of like walking up and down the street, telling people stuff that ain't true, ain't real. It's like horribly fictitious. So
Yeah.
can you please not do this to me?
Mm,
Can you
mm,
please not do this? I feel uncomfortable.
yeah.
So
All
yeah,
right.
the good old days.
Yep. Yep. Thank God
So,
we
yeah.
both found, you know,
Yeah.
normalcy. We found normalcy.
Right.
Hey,
Hey,
Rick.
Ricky, what's happening?
All right.
Okay,
What
now
else we got?
so the next topic is a little bit of a political thing, themed topic, but still relevant because we're finally getting more information about this. And I probably should have put the names in a different order now that I look at the picture, because the guy definitely isn't Brittany Griner. That's the person in the middle, right? Uh, and all the way to the right, that's not the arms dealer. That's actually Paul Whelan. And the dude all the way on the left, his name is, give me a second, I wrote it down. He's known as the Merchant of Death, but his name is Victor Bout. Victor Bout. All right. So in an update, we've been tapping in with Brittany Griner, trying to figure out what's been going on with her for the longest because we haven't heard a lot. I don't know if you were able to read anything on it, Wanda.
No.
Okay, so I'm going to be a little bit long-winded about this because there's so many different
Oh no.
things.
Only got 15%. We can't.
Okay.
You gotta talk real fast.
All right, so I'll give a synopsis. Right, so
Okay.
Brittany Griner Brittany Griner had been locked up in Russia since actually February, and not when we first heard the story break. Brittany Griner, WNBA gold medalist, American WNBA star. So when she got locked up, she got pushed through the Russian court system, and she had a poor translator. She had to sign documents that she wasn't familiar with, and she's simply being held until trial, and her trial has somewhat started. So in trying to get her release, what's happened in the Biden administration is they've tried to set up a deal which somewhat failed, but has begun to swing back around. So Paul Whelan, who is another American citizen, was arrested some years ago, and he ended up getting a 16-year sentence in a Russian prison for espionage, spying, essentially. So he's been locked up for a minute. Brittany Griner, if found guilty of her charges, which is drug paraphernalia in Russia, which is illegal, she faces 10 years. Victor Bout has been held by has been in an American prison for some time now, and he's serving a life sentence for multiple things. He killed. Wait, there's two different things. Okay, he didn't kill anybody, and he doesn't have a life sentence. He had 16 years also. So Victor Bout, the Merchant of Death, is being held in an American prison for arms dealing, support to terrorism, terrorist cells, conspiracy to kill Americans, acquiring and exporting anti-aircraft missiles. A lot, right?
Oh. How does one get missiles? How do you get a missile?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, you know, he doesn't want to tell me. But
yeah, if I could, I wouldn't say it on here. That's a bad look. Anyway, so
okay, go ahead.
That's part of his deal. That's why he ended up being locked up. So the trade was Victor Bout for Brittany Griner and Paul Whelan. Now, there's another American that's locked up who is a teacher, but he's also locked up for similar charges as Brittany Griner. However, he hasn't been hurled into these group of people that they're trying to trade. Well, Russia said no to the deal initially, and then came back on back channel systems to request a release of another person who goes by the name of he's a former Russian colonel. His name is Vladimir Kraiskov, something like that. I can't pronounce those names. So he's locked up in Germany for life for murder and a bunch of other things. Now, this is where it gets complicated. One of the only ways that Russia was willing to deal with us as far as the release of our citizens is if we go to Germany and request that it's always a Vladimir, always a Vlad, and request that the guy that's locked up in the German prison gets released back to Russia. They get the merchant of death back, and then we get our people back. Although we have nothing to do with the German prisoner whatsoever. That's how it's being twisted. Also, it's really not up for debate just yet because nothing can happen until I think roughly August, which would be after Brittany Griner gets a sentence once her court case is complete. And if she ends up getting 10 years for drug paraphernalia, then they can move on from there. But until then, nothing can happen. So it's still a bit of a stalemate. There's all these backdoor deals being made. It's not a good look, and it's not a good feel.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So, oh my God, this is crazy. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Join us
Man,
next
just give
time.
us back that girl. Give that girl back. She
Right.
ain't bothering nobody.
It's always a Vlad. Always a Vladimir, like Ricky said, because Putin, just foolish.
Just not gonna name your kid no Vladimir. If you name your kid Vladimir, he's gonna be a terrorist. So just don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it. So in the drive to make sure we can close this out, we have 52 minutes. We're gonna get right at an hour, and we're gonna close this out so we can move on to other things. And plus, Wanda's battery's dying. Unfortunately, Dirt
I'm plugging into the car, so I'm back up to 16%.
Oh, okay.
But let's keep it moving though. Still.
Yeah, so we're actually coming up to one of our favorite segments, right? Unless you want to go and talk about because I didn't do any pictures for this, but we can still briefly mention Sesame Street.
Oh, let's talk about that. Let's talk about it real quick.
All right. So yeah, you got it.
Okay, so the thing with Sesame Street, first of all, so evidently the little Muppet from Sesame Street, Zoe, shunned a couple of kids of color. She dapped up, hugged everybody else until she got to these two little black girls, and the look on their face was horrible. Like, if my kid looked back at me that way, me and Zoe would have been scuffling on Sesame Street. We would have been straight going knuckles up. So my thing is, this wasn't the first time that this happened. Evidently, this is a pattern with this character and other characters from the Sesame Street theme park or whatever it is. I didn't even know there was a Sesame Street. I thought everybody took their kids to Disney. So I guess this is where you go when you can't afford Disney. I'm guessing. Because it's in what, Pennsylvania?
It's in
Who goes to freaking Pennsylvania for vacation?
Why would
that part of Pennsylvania? Anyway.
Exactly. Like,
it wasn't Hershey.
That's it. That's all you need to see in Pennsylvania is Hershey.
It wasn't Philly.
No.
Who takes their kids to Sesame Street? Y'all got to do better, parents. Your kids are worth Disney.
And that's a whole another topic for another time, because Disney is it's a little bit of a sham. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
She said the Amish.
Right.
Yeah, so that's foul, and now they're all doing sensitivity training, and all the stuff that they do to not get in trouble, and so people can go there.
Well, so the Zoe character wasn't the only thing that happened because Ernie, the guy playing Ernie, did the exact same thing to some other kids. And so there's another video so the incident with Ernie actually took place before the Zoe incident. But
Mm-hmm.
when the family saw the Zoe incident happen, they were like, okay, we're not crazy.
Right.
This this is the exact same thing that happened to our kids. And then
Mm-hmm.
they published their video also, and
Okay.
you can
Yeah.
clearly see that it's a very similar sentiment to where the kids are being shrugged. There's a certain segment of kids that are getting all the attention, getting the playbacks on and so forth. And then when kids of melanin come into play, they shrug them off. They just push them off to the side.
Zoe straight up said, "Nah, fam."
Nah. And so what they were saying about Zoe is the reason why she took that stance is because somebody was asking her to take a picture with their baby. And it's against policy. But if you watch the video, you can clearly see the transition from these folks up here getting high fives and praises to no. And the
Right.
character looking at the kids and moving away. Retract.
Yes.
So,
Huh.
yeah.
Ernie smacked the little girl.
Oh,
What?
wait, what? That's what's going on them Sesame Streets.
See.
The letter of the day is S. Schmack.
Hey, sister.
Hey, Al. Hey, Al. So
Yeah, it's definitely on some bull, and we and my family will never be going to Sesame Street.
I ain't going no damn Sesame Street.
Nope.
I ain't going to Sesame Street.
We ain't going to Sesame Street.
I'll go to SeaWorld because I believe SeaWorld owns Sesame Street also. But
I thought that was a Disney thing. Maybe not. I don't know.
No, it's
Okay.
SeaWorld. So they own that also.
A moth just flew into my ring light. It's dead now. A moth was trying to. Yep. Look,
so instead of, I got a replacement for Sesame Street, and that's Gracie's Corner. And they get after it on Gracie's Corner. I love
Gracie's Corner is pretty good.
Yeah. So they would switch, get away from Sesame Street out there if that's how they're gonna act. I'm not talking about Sesame Street that come on PBS. I'm talking about the vacation.
The actual vacation spot.
Yeah.
We ain't taking our kids to Sesame Street.
Nah. They don't act right.
Nope, they don't act right.
We ain't living like that in 2022.
And all they characters are people of color. Ernie's
right?
Orange, Bird is yellow. Zoe was freaking teal or green, whatever the color that is.
I don't know what that color is.
Big Bird is yellow.
The Count is purple. Cookie Monster's blue.
They need some ethnic training. That's what
Elmo's
they need.
red. They ridiculous.
Come on now. All individuals of color.
Right.
But yeah, so we ain't going to Sesame Street, y'all. So there we go.
We ain't gonna do it. So, with that being said, I guess the next thing to ask the good people is, what's got you
effed up this week?
Dude right here with his bride falling down the steps. Somebody got too happy. That dress is ruined. She cannot pass it down. Just toe out.
She can save pieces of it.
She might as well take it back to where she rented it from in the first place.
Not rented it.
Yeah, probably rented it.
Not rented it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Yo, I didn't know wedding dresses were as expensive as they are. Like, whoa.
They're very expensive.
Yeah, the concrete made love to her face.
Yeah, she said, mwah.
Yeah, she was coming for it.
She said, mwah, 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 mwah.
He ain't even let her other hand go in enough time so she could brace herself.
He dragged her down the steps. He was trying to get to that honeymoon destination quick.
And the concrete beat him.
She must have made him wait all the way up until marriage.
That poor guy. Mormons. Tell you. Anyway. What got you effed up this week, Juan?
I was just reading Alice's statement.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay, Al.
Oh my god. What got me effed up this week? I'm gonna say the first week of having braces had me effed up this week. Like in all honesty, your girl couldn't eat. I could barely talk. It literally felt like I don't know. I don't remember what teething feels like, but I'm almost positive that this is it.
Wow.
So for at least 4 days, it was ice cream, smoothies, shakes, and soup. And yeah, it hurt, and I wouldn't. And I'm okay now, but when I go get them tightened again, we're gonna be back to they having me effed up.
Oh, you got to get them tightened again.
Yeah, I gotta
Oh,
go every 8 weeks.
oh man. Oh
Every
man.
8 weeks. So I don't go back until September 13th, 16th, something like that. So yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So what got you effed up this week, cousin?
Um, work got me effed up, and
Didn't work have you effed up last week?
I think it did, but for a different reason this time.
Okay.
Different reason. So my computer at work is quarantined, right?
Okay.
Which means I can log on to it, but I can't get onto the internet.
Okay.
If I go to another computer and log on, uh, my certificates on my ID card won't work. So, so I can't get on any applications that I need. So if I can get onto a computer, I still can't do my job because I can't get onto any of my URLs.
Oh my god.
So I've been like literally all week. I've been on the phone with different help desks. The only thing that I can do is check my email. Right. So I'm on
So
the
how
phone
far
with,
behind are you on work?
oh, I'm bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's
That's
bad.
not funny. That's not
It's
funny.
it, it's and it's so frustrating because I got
I
stuff to
bet.
do and I want to get it done, but it's next to impossible because I can't log in to do anything.
Oh
When I
my
call the
god.
help desk, these jokers, they they tell me some bull crap, right? And they walk me through a process. And like today, a guy at the tier 2 level, he was like, "Hey, okay, let's try and I'm going to remote into your to your computer. Just make sure you're there and blah blah blah." So I'm there, and he's trying to log on. And he was like, "Huh," and I was like, "No, man, no, man, you ain't gonna do me like that." And he was like, "Well, I got to be honest with you. Uh, the Army's having a big issue right now, and out of 30 computers I've looked at, not including yours, I've been able to get on 3."
Mm,
He's like, "So
mm.
now I'm batting 3 for 31. So I can't remote log into your computer. You're gonna have to check it somewhere to get it checked out to get it back on the net,
Mm, mm,
which I'm gonna have to figure out how to do next week. And the
mm.
closest place for me to get it checked out is 2 hours north.
Oh my god.
Now, the other issue is calling, trying to get my certificates revalidated and verified and provisioned for my actual applications.
Okay, they looking for me.
Okay. All right. I'll wrap it up in a second. I called that help
Right.
desk, and the guys just simply told me, well, we've got about 16,000 users around the Army right now that can't get on to do any work. And I was like, you do understand that this is my full-time job, right? This is what I need in order to actually do my job and function. And I can't. And he was like, I'm sorry. And I was like, you do know that I've had this help ticket open for the last 2 months, right? 2 months. So that's what got me effed up.
Oh man, that
That's what got
sucks.
me effed up. So
Well, here's to a great weekend and a better week of work next week.
I
So
know, right? I know. Final words, Wanda. Let's wrap it up. We both got places to go.
I know. So of course, everybody, don't forget to brush and floss. Super duper important. Um, love everybody. Give hugs. Smile. Life is too
Hmm.
short. Learn how to swim. Never know when it's gonna flood. Um,
Facts.
yeah. So that's all from me.
Okay. My I guess my final thoughts are, um, go out in the world and just bear the fruits of love. Be love. Help people understand and see. Be the epitome of what love looks like to you, so somebody else can feel love that day.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. I
All
love it.
right. So unfortunately, Dirt was not able to make it, and he'll
I
probably be on
know.
next time. Hopefully, he got all of his business taken care of, and hats off to him and all of his endeavors. So with that
Absolutely.
being, yeah, straight up. With that being said, in the wise words of Russell Simmons, thank you all for coming out. God bless and
Good
good
night.